самолетов этого периода времени. Машина действительно замечательная, летать на нем одно удовольствие. Очень многие вещи этот самолет прощает, очень многие вещи этот самолет позволяет. Hello guys, Jason, glad to know you hear us, even if you speak in Russian. We plan to prepare subtitles as always, so the Friday is usual day for update, so wait a little.
Yeah, and I guess we've just invented a way to do streams in English, and just hold on, we're gonna announce that soon, and the English subs will be tomorrow on the Friday update. And please, everyone who wants to get to the TeamSpeak server with Jason, please get to the forum, forum.il2sturmovik.com, and you'll find the address for the TeamSpeak server to discuss it with Jason and other guys.
I'm here.
Окей, возвращаемся. Что ж, мы почитали всю ветку, которую вы оставили для нас на форуме. Большое спасибо за такую различных просьб. Вы просили выполнить те или иные действия во время полета, во время этого стрима. Формат стрима останется все тем же. Мы попробуем уложиться в 30 минут. Потому что мне кажется, что это самое, наверное, комфортное время. Какие-то из ваших хотелок мы, конечно, сумеем выполнить, какие-то не сумеем, по разным, в том числе и техническим причинам. Все, не вижу больше никакой причины задерживать нас с вами от знакомства.
Alright, guys, you should see the 109 F4 on the field there.
Традиционно мы с того, что посмотрим внешнюю модель.
A truck driving by. He'll probably do a similar presentation that he did with the Lag 3 last week.
С тем, что познакомиться с внешней моделью, аэродром мы сегодня представляем вам другой. Не тот, с которым мы летали на лаге, но очень похоже. Карта все та же тестовая. Модельку 109
Ryan's one like a Swiss car.
Ну да, где-то над нами. Модельку мы уже показывали, но то есть ничего нового в этом смысле вы в ней не увидите. Но те, кто первый раз, тем интересно посмотреть, как это выглядит вживую, а не на скриншотах. Скин мы специально выбрали темным, для того, чтобы лучше было его видно на белом фоне. Не знаю, что еще просто модели вам рассказать. Месяц, безусловно, отличается от лага, так как у лага большое количество деревянных деталей. Эта же машина в большей степени металлическая, соответственно, все рефлексы, нюансы, тонкости освещения на ней работают совершенно иначе. Время сейчас у нас игровое 15 часов 30 минут. Солнышко так на боку уже находится для зимнего времени. Да, зима, безусловно, естественно, мы находимся все в той
If you look closely, you can see the bump mapping on the concrete.
Лучше и все нюансы, которые мы в плане работы с моделью. Ну, на это...
Yeah, it's got some snow and ice there in the grooves.
Такой момент, как по знакомству с самолетом, закончим.
Gives it a more 3D effect.
Раз о том, что все элементы самолета, безусловно,
the subtle reflections on the wing surfaces are wonderful.
Выглядел он именно так.
I really like the details on the wheel rims.
В реальной жизни. Во всяком случае, делали мы его, как и все наши модели, с большим вниманием, с большой...
Pity about the swastika.
И постарались, конечно.
You can have everything.
Что еще можно сказать про 109-й? Номинальный режим во время полета.
I like this solution to it. Certainly better than Warthinder's big old X there.
Полету будут включены автоматический радиатор, автоматическая смесь и новая вещь, автоматический ограничитель оборотов. Как я сказал, такой некий крейсерский полетный у нас 2,5, взлетный у нас 2600.
I like how the pilot still wipes his goggles like in Rise of Flight.
Автомат будет помогать мне не перекрутить двигло во время маневров, то есть будет срезать мне обороты до номинальных 2,5.
Supposed to be his goggles.
Короткий период.
Yeah, I think it's just because the pre-alpha animations of the pilot.
Пока не взлетели, я тут собрал списочек вопросов с форума, ну, с обсуждением.
Давай.
Товарищи просили показать анимацию радиаторов. Можем сейчас показать?
Запросто. Только радиатор у меня в автомате, для того, чтобы продемонстрировать, как все это работает. Там мне нужно запустить двигатель, дать чтобы он нагрелся, и автомат начал радиатор открывать. Давайте на настоящем самолете сначала выясним вопрос с закрылками, потому что я тоже читал, спрашивали, каково же реальное время выхода закрылков. Вот давайте.
I have to wonder what happens if you fly it with the canopy open like that.
It rips off.
It rips off.
Рисочки, которые, в общем-то, показывали.
That's it? Oh, that's cool.
Not the flaps.
Система там хитрая, как видите, совки радиаторов тоже двигаются вместе с закрылками. Там была
Jason, are the flaps automatically like in IL-2 or more like clips of Dover, when you set whatever you want?
Вот это полный выпуск закрылок. Вот.
No, I believe you can set them to whatever you want.
Нет, честно, из-за этого, в том числе и заход на посадку, я обычно строю так по длине. Все, давайте вернемся в кабину. Ракета у меня все так же стоит по дефолту.
Will pilot gaze just be available like in Rise of Flight?
Демонстрировать вам углы.
I'm sorry, I can't hear questions. What was that?
Pilot gaze just
вот обзор назад
like in Rise of Flight.
Отсутствие бронеспинки, в общем-то,
The what?
довольно хороший.
Sorry, it's hard to understand you.
I write it in chat.
He means the hand signals.
Вот они сейчас прям над нами.
Oh, I don't know what hand signals, if any, we'll have in Sturmovik compared to Rise of Flight, because in World War II, obviously, we had radios.
Not everyone. Not everyone.
Not everyone, but I don't know because I haven't discussed this with Albert yet.
Okay, thank you.
About the radio, it can be damaged, you can lose red signal.
В плане запуска примерно такое же количество времени это занимает, сколько это занимало на лаге.
I don't know if the radio can be damaged.
Alright.
Can we expect cockpit damage at all?
Yeah, the cockpit can be damaged in some ways.
Let's look at the pitch indications.
Возвращаемся на внешку. В прошлый раз с лагом не очень удачно у нас получилось. Был очень тихий звук из игры, поэтому двигатель на лаге не удалось послушать качественно. Сейчас мы это исправим. Сейчас у меня двигатель только застартовал. Обороты у меня существенно меньше 1000. Давайте добавим до 1000. Вот как-то так примерно. Вернемся на внешку. Проделаем эту операцию еще раз.
Is the gas gauge broken or is it just no fuel?
Not all the gauges may be working at this point.
Так, начинает движение самолет. Сейчас, секунду.
It will certainly work.
Looking good, Jason. Looking good, mate.
Yeah, it's looking really good.
И практически до взлета.
Sounds good as well.
As good as ever. Brilliant.
Yeah, congrats to the sound engineer. He's doing a really great job.
That does sound really good.
That whistle alone is worth the entrance fee.
И поскольку сейчас двигатель работает на полную мощность, то робот,
By the way, the props looking on the side there, that's very good.
начнет открывать для нас радиатор.
Yeah, our sound engineer does a great job.
Very good.
Now we're just going through the different motions here, the flaps and the prop pitch.
You can see the radiator flaps going down with the normal flaps as well.
Радиатор открывается. Робот сам определяет, на какой угол открывать створки в зависимости от температуры.
F4 will it have automatic radiator?
Подольше, то, соответственно, радиатор будет открыт роботом.
I know I can manually manipulate it in the alpha, but I forget if it's supposed to be automatic in the real thing or not.
In the real thing, it was automatic.
Yeah, because I'm not wrong. In the original plane, it was you have automatic and manual.
Well, if there's automatic and manual in the real thing, then we'll have both.
В тракире просто приближусь. Не очень понимаю, что
He's checking out the gun.
Who's barking?
Yeah, somebody shut their dog up.
Yeah, shut the fucking dog up.
Or switch to push to talk.
Голова моя становится к ней чуть ближе. Вот сейчас отодвинулся по дефолту. Вот еще раз приближусь для...
So I guess it's also going to be possible to set up individual view positions, such as in Rise of Flight.
Yeah, you can move your head backwards and forwards, left and right, and set a new center point.
Oh, okay. And also set them to the numpads.
И перейдем к взлету. Взлет на 109-м, как и на лаге, не самая простая процедура.
Obviously taking advantage of the tracker IR.
Сегодня. За прошлую машину с меня до сих пор вычитают. За прошлую, да, убитую машину с меня до сих пор вычитают.
Yeah, it looks like they're using a tracker.
Немного закрылков для взлета.
You can see the forward, the wing slats there.
Вместе на левое крыло и видим черные полоски. Говорят нам, поскольку никакой индикации, насколько у нас выпущены закрылки, у нас нет, поэтому эти полоски покрашены на крыле. Чем больше я выпускаю, тем больше этих полосок.
Yeah, we've improved the lighting.
Видите, вот это 3 полоски, соответственно, 30 градусов.
It's very good. I like the inner shadow on the cockpit there, and you see the shadow on the wing. The inner shadow just on the ridge of the framework there. That's very good.
I love the wells on the canopy.
Я вот на 20 градусов оставлю, с вашего позволения.
Oh yeah.
Отлично, все с триммерами.
Look out of the distance towards the airfield.
Проблем с триммерами. Все с триммерами, будь
Very good. Jason, you're going to put an ashtray in this one?
В смысле, что сейчас у нас с вами полет короткий, поэтому я триммерами не пользуюсь.
Well, that picture of your loved one, right?
Ну что ж, мы готовы к
I live in California, we're not allowed to smoke, so...
No smoking. Yeah, but you know... I don't know.
Well, if Albert had his wish, we would, because he smokes.
Well, Galen did have a cigar, you know, it's...
He's a little wobbly, but he's rolling.
I got switch sound
педалировать приходится весьма ощутимо для того, чтобы держать его по центру.
Is there a password for Twitch?
No, refresh the page.
Try refresh.
Yeah, it's not working.
Достаточно, чтобы
Telling me it's not there.
Залетать это одно
удовольствие. I had to refresh 3 or 4 times before it came up, but it should come up.
Yeah, it's definitely here.
Yes, open it again from the link on the forums. It worked for me.
Какой не быстрый это процесс.
Would have been about some crashed on takeoff.
The engine is running in DirectX 9, right?
Чуть-чуть отойдем от филла и поговорим о том, что же все-таки
Alright, I muted. Somebody asked me if this is DirectX 9. Yes, it is.
Там разные маневры у нас запрашивали. Вот первое, чем я расстрою всех поклонников немецкой техники.
Everybody wants to mute Lule.
Не самый лучший.
Kick him.
Is he talking to the dog?
I think it was his dog. It's my dog.
Да, лобовое бронированное будет и возможность убрать бронеспинку. Так, двигаемся здесь к реке, пусть она для нас будет ориентиром, потому что потом легко выйти на летное поле.
Jason, can you set the brightness on the red side?
Imperfections in the canopy.
До реки долетим, над рекой начнем.
The creases in the plexiglass.
Ставлю автопилот горизонта для того, чтобы перейти на внешнюю модель. Спрашивали, периодически просили, точнее, переключаться на внешку, для того, чтобы показать вам, как она выглядит. Хотя очень мы довольно часто туда показывали.
Yeah, the lighting is blurry nice.
Не зимой, такой на белом
Jason, we're the fire
больше
guns.
продемонстрировать какие-то нюансы
Light,
освещения в том числе.
Probably not. No, the gun,
our
tracer effects and bullet effects. Oh, lost the feed for a second.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, offline.
Yeah, the effects are simply not done, and for us to show, the placeholder effects would give the wrong impression, and we know you guys will be very critical, so we don't want to show anything till it looks good.
That's really cool. Flight simmers.
Okay, guys, the Russian Twitch is alive, okay, but it's slower.
Twitch is reloading as well.
It loaded.
It's
back.
Anyway,
Twitch is back again.
Don't worry, guys. We'll have, if you miss something, you know, we'll have the full video later.
By the way, are we going to see some kind of ricochets like in the old IL-2 on the IL-2 arm plating?
I'm sorry, some what?
Some ricochets.
Ricochet.
Oh, ricochet. Well, we have ricochets in Rise of Flight, so I don't believe we won't. I don't think we would not have it in Boss.
Okay. Yeah, well, I've seen them in Rise of Flight when shooting at the ground, but not on the aircraft themselves.
Oh no, they happen on the aircraft too. It's not every, you know, so often, but it happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw them on the aircraft.
Well, it's really evident on, well, an IL-2 because it's armored, but probably not a cloth airplane.
Jason, I take it the trim isn't set at the moment or in the game, because I see that Loft is pushing down quite a bit, fighting the aircraft.
Yes, we have trim working. I don't know if he likes it. I don't think he likes it a whole lot. He just flies with his stick. No, the trim works.
Okay.
Looks smooth. Very smooth.
You know, for a bland landscape, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's not as quite as boring as I thought it would be.
Is there a summer map as well?
No, we're just doing the winter map right now. That's all we have time for.
Okay.
Perhaps in the future, maybe, but right now we're just focusing on this map.
Перед тем, как начать пикирование, до 7 где-то примерно 50 пикирования проблем на 109 не представляет.
Да, и бешеного флаттера показывать сегодня не будет.
Ну, он где-то вот после 750. Вот сейчас еще переснялся.
Freeze up, it looks like.
Прошли над филдом.
Jason, I know you want to comment.
На перегрузочку.
Well, my screen is frozen, so I'm not sure I can hear him, but, oh, there we go. It looks like he pulled out of the dive.
Yeah, he's showing off the blackout.
На километр вернулись.
Nice.
Так, это было пикирование. В следующем, давайте.
Jason, I see the aircraft on the ground. Are static aircraft added in, or are those just stationary AI units?
No, we have static aircraft.
Я думаю, что достаточно. Развернусь в эту сторону, чтобы солнышко не мешало.
Jason, what kind of a system is he running this on?
Windows 8.
Well, no, hardware.
I don't know exactly. No, it's probably not super high-end. Typically don't even have that many like i7s in the office, but
he's gonna put it in a stall.
For the purpose of the feed, he may have put it on one of our better machines.
Выполнять разное.
Какой скорости мы повалимся?
But
it's working great.
Yeah, you see the slats working. I'm able to run the game on my laptop. It's not too terribly awesome. On all my machines, the alpha runs good. So, and at the show at Gamescom, we didn't have any problems with the machines we had there. So, but you know, there's not 30 planes in the sky, so we'll see.
Right.
What is the max you can
Как я уже говорил, 109-й выходит, в общем-то, довольно мирно.
Well, we don't know exactly yet because we haven't built all the planes and put all the gunners in their spots and, you know, set up the big dogfight. But judging from what we know of, you know, Rise of Flight, you know, it'll be a few dozen.
Jason, could you give us an idea of how much VRAM it's likely to need or use if it had it available?
Да, хенкеля, дорогие игроки.
I mean system memory?
Yeah, no,
Последняя такая, наверное,
video RAM.
Посадка, которую просили.
I think we typically are going to recommend a gigabyte.
Что-то вроде сваливания.
It'll run on less, but
с педалью.
if you want maximum shaders, maximum detail.
На внешнем виде.
Sorry, I'm getting an awful lot of Russian. I can't hear that. You above them.
это все исполнить для вас, то есть и внешне.
Move the slider on the volume. Yeah, you can turn the Russian down.
И сваливание, но я попробую.
But for example, if it runs well, the Rise of Flight will also runs well this way.
Yeah, that's true.
How do these models compare resource-wise to those in Rise of Flight?
The models themselves are similar in amount of polygons.
Alright. They look very nice, and congratulations on the Fee 2, incidentally, in Rise of Flight, very nice.
Thank you. No, the question about the video RAM.
I know you use 1 gig as you just said, but what would it max out at? Is what I was looking at.
Max out. You know, honestly, I don't know the answer to that. I have to ask. Typically, I worry about the minimums, not the maximums.
So sorry to ask again, because not yet Zach replied. If the Rise of Flight in full maximum runs well, also runs this one good?
Yes, that's our plan. Yes.
Okay, thanks.
That looks good.
Hammerhead? Yeah.
You did a little hammerhead there. Tail.
Nice one.
So he's doing a little bit more aerobatics and different maneuvers with the 109 because it's more powerful than the lag ones.
Are you going to try and get another aircraft up in this demonstration, sort of see any flyby or formation?
I don't know what his plans are. He's been sick and out of the office the last couple of days, so I haven't had a chance to talk to him in advance.
I think just a Frederick.
He came back from Germany and got sick.
Yeah, join the club. I did as well.
It's all that white sausage.
That sounds like a Smurf. It was Smurf. I come back with a chest infection.
How you been?
You got a chest infection?
Yeah.
I hope it's not the coronavirus.
I've had just about everything else, so it probably is.
Albert likes to do stalls and stuff.
Hey Jason, I have a question. Can you change the brightness of the Revy gun sights?
I see a kickover.
Not at the moment.
He's doing a hammerhead.
But in future, okay, thank you.
Perhaps.
Okay.
These are some of the small details that I haven't discussed with Albert.
Leading edge.
Another question: the guns will jam, or you have to cock in like in Rise of Flight?
Well, it depends on the system, but right now you have to basically turn them on or charge them. They're electrically powered.
Yeah, so you can turn it on, off, or load it.
Well, right now you have to turn them on. I've never tried to turn them off.
Alright.
Так, ну что, двинемся к посадке и поговорим про Gamescom. Садиться мы будем с той стороны, чтобы солнышко у нас светило. Что Gamescom? Здорово. Кёльн порадовал всем, кроме погоды. Неизменно немцы отлично варят пиво, отлично делают мясо. Было много работы.
Yeah, there was a question at Gamescom about arming the German bombs, setting the fuse. I'm quite ignorant on some of the German systems, but Albert confirmed that he would be able to do that.
Отнеслись к игре очень положительно. Очень приятные отзывы я слышал как продюсер. Это было здорово. Сейчас ждем каких-то публикаций о впечатлениях. Естественно, звездой в этом смысле, конечно, была еще и демонстрация нами Oculus Rift. Сами разработчики этого девайса были у нас.
Hey, by the way, Jason, 110% improvement on Rise of Flight's loading.
Yeah, I know. It's
I know.
После Gamescom сотрудничество у нас будет.
I swear it took like a minute just to get up to login screen, and now it's just instant.
Yeah, it's a big improvement. I'm not sure what the trick was, but they definitely improved it. It was funny because Boss has been loading quickly ever since I got the alpha, and I'm like, hey, this is great. But I thought it was because we just didn't have that much content for the alpha yet. Turns out it was an actual coding improvement.
разворачиваюсь. Не так просто я делаю это далеко от полосы, так как я уже говорил, механизация на 109-м выпускается довольно долго.
Jason, did I hear that you tried out one of the 4K monitors?
I've seen them at a couple trade shows, but I haven't tried one yet.
I wonder if you tried it with Stalingrad.
No, I can't wait to, but they're still very expensive. And right now the refresh rates are too low. Oh, he did. Oh, he shot the gun.
Somebody was on there and said, blow the trigger.
And he's probably saying it's not final, blah, blah, blah.
And I assume, based on Rise of Flight, that the synchronizers are also going to work correctly.
Oh yeah.
And have you already tried the brain and all the effects on the plexiglass?
No, those aren't built yet.
Oh, right.
So you see the landing gear animation there a little bit.
Yeah, and it's very nice.
Yeah.
Очень тяжело мне переключаться, я уже просил у всех прощения.
Just love the fact the way the aircraft reacts to the turbulence in there.
Для того, чтобы назвать этот режим посадкой.
Oh yeah.
It's very believable, isn't it? That's what I love about Rise of Flight.
Let's see if he can land it. A little off center.
He's a little bit fast.
И она падает. Да, я постараюсь уместиться в полосу. Ай-яй-яй-яй.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Nice landing.
Просили, но, наверное, не сегодня. Сегодня удалось все.
Сегодня я прям очень аккуратен.
Freeze up there.
There's no pressure on the man, is there?
Oh, very good.
Offline.
Well, either they ended the mission or they.
Nah, because he's over on the other. I'm watching both videos, and he's taxiing right now.
Oh, you're watching both? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got them both running.
Oh, so we lost Twitch, but the Russian one is working. Well, shoot.
I thought Twitch would be unreliable. That's why I ran both. There it is. It's back up.
Oh, yeah, he's back. I wish he'd show the tracks of the vehicles in the snow for you.
Хищник этого периода времени.
Maybe he won't do that.
This is no moving with the wind.
В особенности всегда будут уступать вам инициативу. Но
it seems that the snow is moving with the wind or something, some kind of effect on the ground. Looks like wind blowing snow.
Мистер Шмидт может стать жертвой.
It's probably just the parallax you're looking at.
Yeah. Oh, but it looks cool.
Yeah, get it in the game.
being mirrored on the top of the wing. Great. I like that.
Yeah, the reflection looks nice.
Yes.
It's not overly done. It's just at the right angles.
And when you notice when flying and watching to the side of the wing, the rugosity of the wing is not flat. It was very good.
Yeah, that is really nice.
Yeah, very.
На начальном этапе, конечно же, не очень просто будет советским ВВС, мы это понимаем.
Oh, it's the vehicles in the back.
Do the planes make trails as well?
No, the planes' landing gears don't make lines in the snow. I'm not sure if we're planning to add that, but the vehicles do.
Чего ожидать? Мы сейчас вот переходим к следующему большому этапу. Вот в августе у нас в начале сентября.
I did ask him that, Jason. He said, yeah, eventually it'll be in there.
Okay, cool.
И графики, и физики, и всего остального. Сейчас мы уже переходим непосредственно к боевому.
It's one of those things I can only assume until I get total confirmation, because sometimes I assume we'll do something and then I'll find out there's some technical reason we can't.
Для вас,
he also said there will be impressions in the snow when you belly land or crash land.
Yeah, I talked to him about that.
Было, как всегда, максимально аутентичным, не только красивым. про это мы тоже помним.
Is that stressing in the wing? Wing top cover?
И мы и в данный момент, в общем и целом, можем сказать о том, что
stressing in the skin?
Yeah, you know, from
элементы, они уже
just combat.
Но
you shouldn't see
oh,
any of that.
You can certainly, as far as bone, as far as the wings bending, probably not. But you can rip them off if you exceed the maximum performance. You dive in this thing at like 700 kilometers an hour or whatever the maximum is, and you pull up, you can rip your wings off.
I was actually referring to, like, could you, will you have it showing stress? If you can, you like dial that in as you would say fading on the skin, for instance.
Weathering.
Yeah, weathering.
Oh, weathering? No, we're not going to have a weathering engine per se. That's considered a luxury item.
So we're not going to be able to warp the wings in this game like we can on the Eindecker.
No.
Well, that was a control feature, isn't it?
That's true. That's how they control, yeah.
If you're doing that in one of these things, I think you got a problem.
Yes, but it'd be funny to see.
It would indeed, especially if you're on the Russian side.
There's your quality control issue.
Seemed that some of the cockpit instruments didn't work, like the prop pitch. Prop pitch instrument doesn't seem to work.
I think he said they hadn't
programmed it all in there.
Some of the gauges aren't functioning yet.
Or
they're not functioning in this build.
And it's probably been answered a million times, but I've not heard the answer. Is it going to be 64-bit?
I think we're doing 32-bit right now.
Right.
We had a discussion previously about this, and we decided to stick with 32-bit only because there's still people who don't have 64-bit.
Right.
And we didn't think it was at most we could pull off what we wanted to accomplish with 32-bit.
Yeah, so it's a 4 gig RAM limit. Well, you don't even get 4. That's going to be efficient.
Yeah, it'll be like Rise of Flight, where 4 is essentially the maximum.
Maybe in future.
I think when we were
maybe in the future, it's one of those things where we have to either we spend a lot of time. But we'd have to spend more time and make 2 EXEs every time we build the product, or we just make 1 EXE and anger all the 32-bit users. You know, it's just one of those judgment calls we have to make sometimes.
Yeah. I think when we spoke to Albert, he said to run this on same settings as you run Rise of Flight on would require about 10% more power. That's what he said.
Yeah, obviously, maximum settings in BOSS will be a bit more strenuous than maximum settings in ROF. But what we're trying to say is if you can run ROF maxed out quite well, you'll be able to play BOSS with pretty good settings.
That's good. Yeah. I can't see anything not to like.
I'm sure there'll be something that we
there'll definitely be something, won't there?
Okay, I think the Twitch is over. The live stream.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Twitch is over. I'll entertain some questions if anybody wants to ask me some questions.
I don't know if it was already a question before or not. The aircraft, the pilot can make some radio communications to the tower, to the ground, for some vectoring to the airfield or things like that.
I believe that's in the plan. It's not working yet, so I haven't seen it. We definitely got to have some kind of minimal ground communication.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, Jace, can you talk a little bit about the Oculus and how that played out at Gamescom?
Sure, Mike. Basically, we did a pretty, I don't want to say quick, but we hurried up and we put in the Oculus support into BOSS using their SDK with their current dev kit. And although Mike and I had been experimenting with Oculus without a proper implementation, and it worked quite well, as some of you have seen on the forum, the 3D effect wasn't there. But with the implementation, the big result was that there was the three-dimensional world came to life with the implementation. The GUI still looks like crap, and we don't have the GUI dialed in for Oculus support. But in the cockpit with the 1280 by 800 resolution, it looked quite amazing with the 3D. And I think that that once they get the resolution to be HD or higher with the Oculus, it will really become super cool. And the one issue was the gun sight. There's something about Oculus when you're dealing with a 3D stereoscopic view, trying to draw a two-dimensional gun sight there is a little strange. But overall, the effect was really, really neat.